Coming to you live from the northeast corner of Oshawa, Ontario at the Dell Park Centre, Rink 4. The afternoon matchup, the first game of this round-robin tournament, features the visiting Ottawa Sting against the home team, the Duffield Devils. Luca wins the draw back to St. John, over to Leon. Duffield looks to get it out of the zone. Lansfield chips it up to the center ice zone. The Sting push it in deep into the zone. Leung reverses it back up the course. Lansfield leaves it for Luca. He comes far side. It's picked off by the hard-charging defenseman from the Sting, and he throws it back in. Now Leung tries to get around a couple of guys. He's got some space into the middle of the ice, and we've got an offside. Referee on top of things early here. 36 seconds into play. Quick line change. Sells Scolari and Foster now up front. Serrani and Shen on the back end. Referee giving each team a little bit of a talking to. Sells wins it back to Shen. Over to Serrani. He chips it up. Scolari skates into it. He gets rubbed out along the boards. The centerman for the Sting brings it around, throws it up the wall. Now they're on the back wall. They try and set things back up. Forces the Sting back into their zone, retreating, and now coming out the right wing side. Up the boards they go. Serrani throws it back into the middle of the ice, just out of the reach of Scolari. Now they come back out. On the wall, a hard check there by Foster. And now Shen, he throws it up to Foster. Foster trying to catch the Sting on a change. Throws it across to Sells. He turns and fires a hard one. That one goes off the side of the net. Now the Sting try and come back out. Chipped up the middle of the ice between the two defensemen. And we've got an icing indicated. So we're going to go 200 feet down the ice. Face-off's going to be to the left of the Sting goaltender. McDonald, Cohen, Antonio Rodrigo, Harris Prue, and Westover on the point. Everybody's in the game now. They push the puck back. Harris Prue chips it in to Neil Rodrigo. Turns, fires. Squirts out the side of the net. Now they try and come back up. Briefly held in there. Now it's out. Neil Rodrigo and Harris Prue push it back. Now the Sting try and go to the far side. Up the wall. Cohen cuts his man off. Chips it back around. And once again, icing indicated. We're going to have another face-off deep in the Sting zone. Luca kicked out of the draw for bad behavior. Lansfield wins it back to Westover. He chips it in deep. Coming around behind the net. That was Oosterhuis. And just skips over Westover's stick. He's in a battle. He gets back and picks it up. Throws it over to Harris Prue. Harris Prue up the boards. He hits Oosterhuis and just bounces over his stick, and the Sting try and control it and come back in. Around they go. Athanassiadis off the shoulder with his first save of the game. Now Luca gets it up to Oosterhuis. Oosterhuis tries a cross past the defenseman, was able to thwart that. Now they bring it back, and they come back around the far side. The Sting look to get out on the right wing wall. They come over and pick it up. Now they go far side. St. John chips it into the middle of the ice. Oosterhuis all over his man. Sells picks it up. Tries to get around a couple of guys. In the corner, chips it off to Lansfield. Lansfield now in the corner. surrounded by a couple of Sting, but they're able to just get it back. Sells keeps it in now. Turnover, and he finds the back of the net. Gregory Sells with a great effort. Picks the pocket of a player, comes back out in front. The goaltender was down, and he was able to outweight him and found a wide open net. 1-0 with 6:31 remaining here in this first period. Sting pushed the drawback, try and bring it up the right wing side. St. John cuts his man off. Sells goes back for it, throws it around to Leung. Leung now chips it off the wall. The Sting skate into it briefly. Now Leung goes far side. He hits Foster. Foster up to Scoleri. Scoleri, they get across the line. Foster with a hard shot. Whistles inches wide of the post. Now the puck's bounced around behind the net. They try and fish it out. Coming back out this left wing side. They throw it up. Leung grabs it at center ice. He feeds Cohen. Cohen now into Sells. Sells leaves it back for Cohen. Cohen finds Foster, and he finds the back of the net. A beautiful passing play between Sells, Cohen, and Foster, and he makes it 2-0 with 5:47 remaining here in this first period. Face off once again. They push it back deep into the zone. Serrani goes back for it. Serrani chips it around the boards. McDonald up to Cohen. Tries to get it up. Now there's another odd man rush developing here. McDonald comes in. Over. Oh, just misses Tenio Rodrigo. Now they're back on the far side. They take a look. Cohen and Tenio Rodrigo are in there. They try and get it out just past Shen. Shen over to Serrani. Serrani up to McDonald, but the hard charging D quickly pulls that one off. McDonald then grabs it, tries to fire it in deep. Now they try and reverse it to the other side and get it back out. Coming down and around they go. They come in. A shot there by Leung. And Athos and Yanis had to be sharp. They were charging down the wing. Now they come back in, and he covers that up as Lutz fires up Peter at him. And Athos and Yanis swallows it up with 4:46 remaining here in the period to keep it 2-0 Duffield. Try and push it back. The Sting look to control it here. That's Zana. Zana now circles behind the net. He's got Ross in behind. Ross takes a look, surveys the situation. Comes around the corner. He's looking for the point man. Back to the point. There's a shot tipped and just wide of the net. Keeney was in front looking for the tip. Now Ross controls it. Tries to bring it around. Feeds it back into Keeney. Keeney in behind the net. Back to Ross. They play catch. Keeney's in there now. Luca and Harris Peru are in there battling. There's a four-man battle going on. Having a stick into Ross's stick there like he's got glue on it or something. Now they're back in. Westover pushes it up. Now Oosterhuis grabs it. Finds Lansfield on the far side just in behind him. That forces them back deep in their zone. Now the Sting try and come out the left wing side once again. Sealing it off on the wall is Oosterhuis. Forcing them back in the other side. Now Lansfield's in there. Chips it off his stick. Now they can come out. But Sells closes them off at the red line. The Sting fire it in deep. That allows everybody to make the final change of that shift. A dangerous play there. Now it comes back around. Sells grabs it. Oh, and he just misfires on the backhand there. Quick stumble, but Foster's there, and St. John help cover. Now it comes back around Leung. He looks to settle it down and get it around to Scoleri. Just chips past him. Now the Sting just inside the red line, fire it back in deep. Now they come back around. Sells grabs it. Up the ice he goes. He goes far side for Foster. Tries to skate into it. Yeah, centering pass there. Dangerous play. They almost had another one. Now it's through and Leung grabs it. He fires a low shot. The goaltender covers it up and the defense fire it back out where St. John keeps it in. Tied up on the left wing side things here. Now Sells grabs it. He cuts back into the middle of the ice. Sells fires a high shot. He was looking for the top corner and he put it inches above the crossbar. Now they try and come back out the other side. Leung fires one high. That took an awkward bounce and it's laying dangerously close to in the crease. Now it comes back out again. Leung just misses McDonald cutting across the middle of the ice. A great attempt there by everybody. Now it comes back in. Far side. A little too high there. That was a Leung on Leung battle in front. Now it comes back. St. John. Now there's a big battle ensuing in front of the net. They get it out and down the ice. Referee says no icing, so they push it around once again. Trying to bring it in. Tenio Rodrigo is in there. Now Cohen tries to cut his man off. Now the Sting come out the other side. Up the wall they go. And they're held up there by Serrani. Shen goes back for it. Shen now turns into it. Couple of Sting cross in front of Luca. Now Serrani tries to get it up the boards to Cohen. Just past him, the Sting able to hold it in. They got a little bit of pressure going on here now. Duffield looking, hopefully bending and not breaking. Shen gets it up. Now it's back out. Tipped once again. And Athos covers it up. 38.7 seconds remaining here in the period. Face-off's going to be to the left of Athos. Luca wins the drawback. Now they try and chip it off the boards and get it out. A 2-on-1 developing late in the period. They come across, fire it off the defenseman's shin pads. Now they're out and in the corner. On the far side. 20 seconds remaining. The Sting looking to kill the clock. Duffield trying one last chance here to get one more shot on net. Now, Harris Peru. He chips one in. Just scored through. Now Westover. He fires one. A big save and it kicks out to the far side. The buzzer sounds and that brings the first period to a close with Duffield out to a 2-0 lead. Both these teams unfamiliar with each other. The only thing you can see is what you read in the newspaper about them. Not a lot of information online. So, now that the first period's out of the way, they have an idea as to what the other team wants to do today and how to combat against it. They've drawn up the game plans here in between the first and the second period of what they want to accomplish. And we'll be ready to go here. Let Journey take it away here for the next few seconds. And we're back to game action. We're out of the smoky room with cheap perfume in Oshawa and back into the fire. Scoleri now. Up the left wing side, throws it far side. Foster looks to skate into it. Just behind him. Now Scoleri grabs it again at center ice. Tries to chip it around, he gets rubbed out. They chip it around Leung and St. John backs him up. Now St. John up to Leung. To Scoleri. Sells. Gets it around. Now he comes in deep. And a big, hard shot there, and that goes off the blocker of the goaltender, Harrington. Now they set it up. They throw it back in deep. Foster in the corner. Rosser on him. They leave it for Scoleri. Comes back out. Sells tries to hold on to it. Shen keeps it in the zone. Shen pushes it back out. Hardy holding Sells unchecked there and along the wall. Referee blows the whistle and indicates that a face-off is going to be deep in the Ottawa zone to the right of Harrington. Ross and McDonald line up for the face-off. Comes back out. Tennille Rodrigo tries to grab it. McDonald holds his guy off. Tennille Rodrigo back in. Just briefly in the zone. Now it comes back out. Keeney with a chance. He comes down the wall. Serrani tries to hold him up. They chip it past him, and they go deep back in the zone. Comes out into the middle of the ice. Tennille Rodrigo. Now Cohen. Cohen takes a look. Tennille Rodrigo in the back of the net to make it 3-0 with 13:06 remaining in the period on the delayed penalty call. They were able to come down in numbers. They were trying to make a decision on who to play. Cohen fed it beautifully into the slot where Tennille Rodrigo tipped it 5-hole. 13:06 remaining here. Now Tardif tries to set it up, throw it deep. Tries to get it around Shen. Shen keeps it back. Now they throw it back up to Oosterhuis. Or no, sorry, Lansfield. Lansfield's in. Lansfield off the shoulder of the goaltender. Hegel now comes away with it. Chips it off the boards and deep into the zone. Shen tries to get it around. Now we got another odd man rush. A great play. Serrani kicks it up to Sells. Sells, and he whistles one just over the net. Shen throws it back over to Serrani. Serrani now tries to pass up to Oosterhuis. But the Sting quickly grab that. Now they come away. They throw it back up. Sells puts it back out into the middle of the ice. Now they try and drive it in. That's going to create an offside and allow everybody an opportunity to make a change. That long change once again could come into play here in the second period. These benches straddled along the blue line. Have a tendency to create offsides with the forwards deep in the zone when they're coming out. They'll have to be careful on that. Lutz and Scoleri go back for it. Leung picks it up. Sells tries to push him away. Now they push it out and down the ice. Get it past Harris Peru's big mitt as he tried to glove that down. 11:36 remaining here in the period. Icing indicated. Face-off's going to be to the left of the Ottawa goaltender, Harrington. Rawson Sells on the draw. Sells pushes it back. Scoleri leaves it for Leung. Leung into Sells. He fires one just over the net. Now Sells chips it back to St. John. Back into Sells. Sells Tries to push it back into Scoleri and Foster. Foster now. Controls it behind the net. Couple of guys on him, and Zana comes away with it. They try and chip it around Leung. He closes the wall off. Foster's in there with Leung. They're all battling for it. And now it comes away in St. John. Back in behind his net. Takes a look. Comes up the ice. He's got a lot of room. Gains the blue line and fires one in to test the goaltender. He's happy to try and just cover it up. Now they come back out. Leung. Over to Tennille Rodrigo. He has his pass go off a stick, and they try and come back the other way. Now they're able to hold it up. St. John throws it back out to center ice. Deep in the zone they go. They cut into the middle, where Leung and McDonald push it away from them. Now McDonald in behind his zone. Tries to throw it up the ice. Cohen. That backhand sauce, it's got to be a little bit harder next time. Now they come back. Serrani chips it up the wall. Plays catch with Pruneau, and Pruneau throws it back down at the blue line. They try and get it past Serrani. He's holding them out. Now they chip it back in deep. Serrani goes back into the corner for it. A couple of stings surround him. He just pastes them to the wall. Now Luca comes away with it. He hits Lansfield on the far side. Lansfield comes in over the blue line. He's got a little space, tries the centering pass to Luca. And now they come back out the other side. Try and get it past Serrani. Serrani holds his man. They come away with it, but Shen's right there to back him up. They keep them away from the middle of the ice. On the wall, Luca, Lansfield, and Serrani are just keeping them to the outside. And they're in the corner. Comes back now. We got Serrani who finds Lansfield. He tries to get it across. The pinching defenseman briefly grabbed it, but Oosterhuis comes away with it. Oosterhuis, a little bit of daylight. Comes into your living room here. Now he's on Pruneau. Now they chip it around the other side. Try and get it passed out. That was Lachlan. Now Oosterhuis joins over there. Sells is in there as well. Shen holds it. He just fires it back in deep. Lachlan goes back for it. Gets it off the wall to Keeney. Keeney tries to chip it out. Just over Westover's stick. He looks to try and settle things down. He gets it into Scoleri. Scoleri finds Foster. Foster and sells. A great attempt there. Now they come back. Just bounces over Harris Peru's stick. He gets through the first guy, then they fire it deep. Referee says that's icing. With 8:03 remaining, we're gonna go back down to the far end, to the right of Athos-Signatus. Sells and Ross on the face-off down there. They win it back to Leung. He fires one off the glass and down the ice. Just a little too much curl on that. They thought the referee tried. I thought they were going to maybe let that go with the goaltender almost playing the puck, but he faked everybody out, so they blew the whistle. We'll try it all over again. Now McDonald comes away, hits Cohen. He's got a break. Cohen comes in. He went 5-hole, and the goaltender covered that one up. Wisely waited for a whistle. Eagle and McDonald on the draw. Coming right into your living room. They win it back. Leung, he fires one, and Harrington covers it up once again. Held in there briefly. Tenio Rodrigo comes to help out. Now they try and come away with it. Into the far side, driving wide. Leung holds them up. Leung now with a little bit of room. Coming into your living room here, he chips it around the D. Cohen now goes back for it. Cohen just has it bouncing. Hegel tries to get it out of the zone. St. John. They're in there. Now Tardif grabs it. Tardif tries to come across to Scobie. Scobie. He gets taken away by McDonald. Now they chip it back up. No icing. Ross covers it up with Luca staring him down. 6:50 remaining here in the second period. Both teams making the final changes, getting some fresh bodies out here on the ice. Leung and Luca on the draw. Luca wins it back. They chip it down and around. Now the Sting try and come in. That centering pass was about 1.5 feet too high. He was unable to direct it. Now they set it back down. Athasiniadis lets it go through so Serrani can chip it up the boards and get it out. Down the ice it goes. Rossiter comes back for it. Throws it up to the winger on the far side. Hardy. Now they try and chip it back out and around. They get it just past Shen, but he comes back, closes off that space, forces them to make a pass, and Luca picks it off. Now he chips it around the wall. They get it back out to the middle of the ice, where Lutz throws it back up, and then Serrani just grabs it. He gets it back out once again. Icing has been waved off as there is a play. Rossiter now, he's got Oosterhuis all over him. They chip it up the boards. Keeney with a backhand out to Westover. He grabs it, takes a look, gets it off the boards, and he finds Scoleri. And it comes back in. Now Harris Peru. A little bit of space, but we got an offside on that change once again. Harris Peru had the right idea. He had an opportunity to make a jump there. Unfortunately, forwards are trying to get out of the zone. 5:30 remaining here in this period. Now they throw it around. Sells grabs it at center ice, drives wide, holds on to it, fires a hard one, and Harrington covers it up. Just squeezing his arm against the body. Sells was looking for a different hole to try and get it through. Thought maybe far side. Now we got them on the face-off here. Sells and Hegel. Sells wins it back. Foster controls it behind the net. Foster has Sells join him. He tries to chip it to himself. Now Hegel tries to seal it off and get it back. Now it comes back. Harris Peru chips it back in. Foster now looks to control things. He's got Lachlan all over him. Now Sells joins him. Scoleri briefly pushes it away. Now Foster. Foster takes a look. Scoleri and Foster with Pruneau in there. Pruneau all over Foster. And Hegel comes away with it. Hegel on a break, tries to come in. And he outweights Athasiniadis to make it 3-1 with 4:31 remaining here in the period. A great individual effort there by Hegel. So, Duffield with a 2-goal lead, looking to extend it here. They'll try and rebound. Now it comes back once again. McDonald back to Leung. Back over to St. John. Just through everybody. Referee says no icing. Now Cohen in the corner. Couple of guys on him. Now they try and get it out. They look to chip it up the wall. That's going to be an icing. 4:02 remaining in the period. Face-off's going to be to the left to Harrington here. Oh, it looks like we're going to go to the right. McDonald and Ross on the draw. Keeney replaces Ross as he's been kicked out. Now McDonald wins it back to Leung. Leung, he drives in. He's got a couple of guys on him. Cohen comes in to help out. Tenio Rodrigo covers up on the point. Now comes back McDonald. He fires a low one, and the goaltender covers that one up. .343 remaining in the period. Let's take it right into your living room now. They win it back. The Sting. Lutz fires it around the far side. Zana tries to get it out. St. John cuts it off. Now Tenio Rodrigo. And it looks like we got another penalty coming up here to the Sting. So we got a slashing call with 3:31 remaining. Ross is going off. See what the power play looks like today for Duffield. The Sting on the penalty kill. First time we've seen these units today. Now they push it back. Leung tries to keep it in. Unable to set it up. The Sting just get it back out to center ice. Now Leung goes back behind his net. Looks to set things up, settle things down. Now they come around. Luca eludes one or two guys. Now he's down deep into the zone. Tries to come into the middle of the ice. Leung picks that up. Now Leung tries to settle it down. Luca, he throws it back to Leung. Leung chips it into Lansfield. Lansfield now in the corner. Goes in behind the net. Looks to set things up. He spins out in front. Tries to fire one. Oosterhuis almost got it. Now St. John gets his foot in the way. And he fires one. That hits something. And then it's dangerously close to the front of the net. Lansfield gets taken down. Keeney in the corner. Keeney and Lutz try and get it out. Over to the far side. Roster finds it, and he throws it 185 feet down the ice. Now, there's an odd man rush, a break. Sells fires one, and the goaltender covers it up. Sells wins it to Scoleri. Scoleri chips it back. Now it comes back in. Sells throws a low one on net. Looking for a rebound. Foster and Scoleri were right there. They'll try it all over again. 35 seconds remaining in the power play. 2:05 in the period. Hegel wins it back. This time they can't get it past Sells on the half wall. He throws it in deep. Now Foster and Scoleri are in the corner. Foster sets things up, sends it over to Shen. Shen walks the line. Into the corner he goes. Scoleri in behind the net. Scoleri tries to get it back to Foster. Foster spins away from the first man. Now he comes in, takes a look, tries to go backdoor. Pinching Serrani, almost sniffed one there. Now Scoleri turns inside the zone. Scoleri leaves it for Sells. Sells with the penalty over. Ross comes charging out. Now Scoleri in behind the net. Scoleri takes a look, tries to get it back to the point and through that tight window, but they briefly covered it off. And now they just fire the puck the length of the ice. That's icing, and we've got 1:03 remaining here in the period. They try and push it back. Kanachi, he briefly pushes that out. They get in behind the D. They fire a high one. That one dangerously close to doing some damage. Now it comes back around the other side. Now we got McDonald coming up the ice. McDonald takes a look. He gets it to Cohen. Cohen now, he drives in deep, takes a look. Westover grabs it. Westover back in. And Kanachi throws that one out. That's going to be a penalty out. The Sting, 32 seconds remaining in the period. Duffield back on the power play. McDonald and Ross on the drive. They push it back to Neil Rodrigo, gets it into Leung. Leung back to McDonald. McDonald back to Leung. They go to the far side. They got St. John. St. John into Neil Rodrigo. He's deep in the corner. Takes a look. Tries to chip it around. Not able to get it anywhere. Zania grabs it and he just fires it back out. Now Ross tries to get around Leung. And they covered that one off. Not able to get anything going. The buzzer sounds, and that's going to take us to the end of the second period, where Duffield holds a 3-1 lead. Both teams will get their talking to by the coaches. Let them know what they saw in that period, that they want improvements upon, and what they're to keep doing. Luca, Lansfield, and Oosterhuis start us off here in the third with St. John and Leung on the point. The Sting look to try and kill this penalty off. St. John goes back behind his net. They come back out the far side. Leung grabs it. Leung up the wall. He drives into the zone, leaves it for Oosterhuis. He tries to throw it into the middle. A little bit of a turnover there. Now they come back in behind the net once again. Oosterhuis sets things up. Luca comes in behind, picks it up, and they just miss connecting there. Waiting for Lansfield to get out of the zone. Not much he's able to do there. Little miscommunication. 14-10 remaining here in the period. St. John sets it up. Sells grabs it. Sells up the middle of the ice, cuts across, goes far side, tries to get around the D, back into the middle, fires a hard one, and the goaltender covers off the bottom of the net with his pad. Sting, fire it back down. Athasiniadis settles it down. Harris Peru. Now Westover and Harris Peru are in there. Sells. Comes back and picks it up and finds Foster. Foster now takes a look, sees Scoleri charging hard, then he holds it back to Foster. You got a 2-on-0 here. Athasiniadis from the seat of his pants covers it up to keep it 3-1 with 13:15 remaining. A big save with two Sting coming down the ice. In alone, they fed it across. Athasiniadis reached back to keep it out, and then he just fell on it. A great play. Looks like he might have twisted something. As we got Coach Jacob out there, he's got the magic spray and the magic words, and he's having some communication with him, seeing what's going on. So, Beta comes out. He's going to stretch and loosen up here. We'll make sure Athasiniadis is all right. A hush falls over the crowd as everybody wants to make sure Antonio's going to be okay. Looks like we got a couple of guys coming to help him out. There we go. Hopefully he's okay. See what everybody's doing down here. We'll let them take him off the ice. And now, today's backup goalie, Beta, called into action here. We've got everybody tending to Antonio over there on the far side. We hope he's going to be okay. Let's see if the boys can bring it home now. Shannon McDonald tries to push it back. Now they go forward with it. And they come away with it. McDonald. He looks to drive around his guy, pushes it into the corner, gets ridden out of the play. McDonald's going to go off for slashing. So let's see what Tennille, Rodrigo, and Cohen can do here to start the penalty kill with 13 minutes remaining. Sting look to control the draw on the far side. Set it up, they chip it into the Leung, who's in behind the goal line. Now he comes back out, takes a look, reverses course, and puts it back into the corner. They spin out of the corner. A high shot over the net. Now they come in, throw it back in. Leung, Serrani with Chachi and Leung on him. Now they push it around. Leung throws it back to the point. Back into Leung on the half wall. He takes a look, sets it into the corner. They try and chip it out in front. A bouncing puck, and it ends up in the back of the net. A power play goal with 12:15 remaining here in the third period. The Sting have climbed back into the game here. A 1-goal deficit now, 3-2 Duffield. Let's see what we got coming up next. They win the draw back. St. John chips it up the wall. Oosterhuis and Luca grab it. Luca now drives deep, tries to get around his guy. Throws it into the middle of the slot. The Sting bat it away, and now they control it in behind the net. They come out the other side. Now off the wall. Throwing it back in there. Lansfield for Oosterhuis. Oosterhuis in the corner with a guy all over him. He controls it briefly and then into the far corner. Nobody's home. The Sting try and come away with it, but Lansfield and Oosterhuis force them back. Now they try and get it back out. Luca. St. John fires one with a backhand into the corner. Almost connected there. Now they're on the other side. Sells is over there to cut it off. Sells spins into the middle of the ice. He fires one. That's laying dangerously. There's a goaltender, knocks it down. Now they come back once again. They throw it back in. Leung on the far wall leaves it for Oosterhuis. He's out there now. Sells. He spins into it. Fires a low shot. He was hoping Scoleri could tip that. Now Oosterhuis is back in the net. He leaves it backhand in front. Almost get it. Now Leung charges in. Sells backs it up. Throws it into Scoleri. Sells and Scoleri are in the corner. Now the Sting try and come back out the other way. Down the zone they come. And we've got an icing indicated. .23 remaining here in the period. Sells gets kicked out of the draw. They push it over into the crease. And a backhand by Foster, and the goaltender dives across to save it and keep that deficit at 1. Now they throw it back. Westover pushes it into the corner. They try and get it around. Foster seals it off briefly. Now they push it around to the other side. The Sting trying to bring it out. Harris Peru holds the zone. Now they come across. They try and come away, but Sells on the back check picks it up. He's got a bit of space. He fires a hard one there, and Harrington covers it up. Referee's blowing the whistle. Luca on the draw now. Cohen comes in. Cohen. Luca pushes it back to Westover. He throws it around the corner. Tenio Rodrigo just has a bounce over his stick. The Sting come away with it. They chip it past Harris Peru, but Westover back for it. Westover pushes it back. Now the Sting try and center it, but Westover and Luca hold them out of the zone. Now Tenio Rodrigo up to Cohen. Cohen gets around his man, drives deep in behind the net, looks to center, he's looking for some options. And he finds Shen. Shen pushes it back in. Luca takes a look. And that's going to cause a penalty as the hard-charging Devils with their speed go back on the power play with a slashing call. Sells on the draw. They try and push it back. Now the Sting just try and get it out of the zone. Sells is able to hold the line. Drives in wide, curls back, takes a look, finds Leung. Leung and Sells play catch. Sells tries to feed it into Foster. Foster in the corner. Back to Sells. He throws it back to Leung. Leung gets it back into Sells. Sells now into Foster. Foster in the corner. Tries to get away from his man. Gets taken down. Referee says no worse for wear there. Now Sells back into Leung. Back into Sells. Now he spins away into Foster. They try the give and go. A great attempt there. Now it looks like it's going to be a 5-on-3 here. As Oosterhuis is in the corner. Now they come back in. They tip there and the goaltender covers it up. So they're going back. 8:04 remaining here in the period. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for the next minute. And then we got a 5-on-4 after that. Unless Duffield can score, which is what we're going to look for this time. Now Leung. And a rush here as the charging forward. Leung with a good stick check on Leung. Takes the puck away. Now Sells. Sells grabs it. He comes up the ice. Takes a look through the middle over to Foster. Foster on the wall. Tries to set things up in the corner. They get it back to St. John. St. John fires it into the corner. It comes back around the net. Now they get it back to Leung. Leung and Sells. Sells is in the corner. He gets it back to Leung. They leave it, and now Oosterhuis goes in for it. Oosterhuis. Now Sells. Sells takes a look. Foster tries to come back out the other side. Now Leung, the first penalty's over, and the goaltender tries to cover it up. 54 seconds remaining in this power play. Now St. John sets things up deep in his zone. Leaves it for Luca. And Lansfield. Now he comes back out. It's Westover. Westover now. Looks to come up the ice. Now, in the corner, Luca, he spins into the middle of the ice. Tries to kick it to himself. Now Serrani grabs it. Serrani charges deep into the zone. He's behind the net. Tries the wraparound. Now they come back the other side. Unable to get it. They got a guy deep. Now they come back. Luca tries to chip it around a couple of players. Deep in the zone they go. Westover holds this guy to the outside. Luca comes out to help him out. Now it comes back the other side. Westover throws it around. Cohen now chips it off the wall. Now they come back out. Pushing it deep into the zone. Sells grabs it. Sells. He fires a hard shot, and it finds the back of the net. Might have hit Tenio Rodrigo on the redirection to make it 4-2 for Duffield. With 5:11 remaining in the period. Sells back to Shen, over to Serrani. Now it comes up. Cohen. Cohen driving wide. Takes a look. Goes in behind the net. Head up, comes around, looking for some options. Cuts back. Runs out of real estate as he's pinched off there. Now Sells. He picks it up. Takes a look. Tries a cross pass to Cohen on the far side. Not sure he was expecting it. Now he pushes it back in. Teneo Rodrigo now on the forecheck. Couple of guys on him. Takes a look. And it looks like we've got another one coming up. As we've got a slashing or a hooking call, actually. So with 4:25 remaining here in the third period, a 4-2 lead. Duffield goes back on the power play. The Sting push the puck in deep. Foster now. Foster takes a look. Settles things down and gets it to Harris Peru. He pushes it back in deep. Now they push it back out and just past Harris Peru. With one man on him, he takes a look, sets things up behind his net. Now McDonald comes out of the zone. He's got a couple of guys on him. He chips it in deep, but he gets rubbed out of the play. Now they come back and Leung grabs it. Leung hits Foster. Foster curls back. Now Leung once again looks to settle things down. Just can't seem to get it out of the zone. Now Leung. Scoleri comes up. He hits Westover on the far side. Westover drives the zone, pushes it in deep. Now they try and set things up in the slot. Now we've got Westover on the point. He gets flushed out of the zone. Leung tries to get it to McDonald. He tries to get it across to Scoleri. Scoleri now on the far side. Has it thrown off him and it rolls into the far side. The Sting ice the puck with 15 seconds remaining here. Leung comes around. Kicks it to St. John. Luca throws it up to Lansfield. Lansfield now with a little bit of time tries to drive around his guy. And we got another penalty coming up to the Sting. This time it's going to be a holding call with 2:20 remaining. Referee over giving the explanation for the call. Duffield is going to have to be careful here. They're going to be throwing everything at them here in the final 2 minutes. They'll be hard charging, so you might want to have a guy a little higher than normal. Now it comes back in. Luca grabs it. Luca back to Serrani. Serrani walks the line for Luca. Luca into the middle of the ice. Tries to get around a couple. Now he spins into the corner with it once again. Now he throws it back to Serrani. Serrani back into Luca. He goes far side. Shen on the one-timer just whistles wide of the net. Now Luca and Serrani play catch. Serrani throws it in. A tip shot there. A collision in front of the net. And the referee has seen enough. I don't think they want these shenanigans going on anymore in this game. So 1:41 remaining. The gates open on the Sting's side of the ice. Looks like we got another 5-on-3 developing here. Referee has everything under control over there on the far side of the ice. Now we'll drop the puck and play again. Tenio Rodrigo in behind the net. Tenio Rodrigo into the corner. Back to St. John. St. John back to Tenio Rodrigo. He takes a look. Circles behind the net. Comes out the other side to Sells. Sells back in behind the net. Tenio Rodrigo sets it up. Throws it back to Sells. They play catch. Tenio Rodrigo tries a centering pass there. And now the Sting try and get it out of the zone. They're surrounded. Tenio Rodrigo forces another turnover, and that time Leung keeps it in the zone. Back to Sells and Leung. They play catch. Now Leung back to Sells. They bring it out into the middle of the ice looking for a lane. Held off here pretty good. Sells comes in once again, takes a look. Now he throws back to St. John. He dances across that line. Now Cohen over to Sells. Sells tries to drive into the middle. He gets hauled down. Now Cohen, and he fires one high and just over the net. 20 seconds remaining here in this period. The goaltender covers it up with 17.7 seconds remaining. They killed off the first penalty, and the game is going to end on the power play unless Duffield puts one in here. Face off to the left to Harrington. They try and push it back. Now McDonald, he spins away. He throws it back to Harris Peru. He tries to cut into the middle of the ice. West over, pushes it back. The buzzer sounds, and the game comes to a close. 4-2 Duffield to open the tournament with a win over the Ottawa Sting. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. We look forward to bringing you this evening's second match, where Duffield will face off against the Clarington Toros. Until then, wherever you're watching from, good morning, good evening, good night. Elvis has left the building.